Welcome to House Edge. Before we start the episode, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe here on YouTube. And check us out on Twitter, TikTok, and Discord at House Edge Bet. Links down below. Enjoy the show.
Welcome back, House Edge, to our NFL Futures start of Season 3 of our doing the NFL season, whatever season they're on. How you doing, Rob?
Doing good, Berk. NFL is almost back. Spending Sundays on the couch watching football.
Yeah, I need that back as soon as possible. The other day I logged into my sportsbook to see if I could gamble on Little League World Series, and then I realized that's completely ridiculous.
You're too far gone.
Yep, that's completely ridiculous, and I immediately closed out of the sportsbook. But yeah, that happened the other day, so I need football back more than ever. What we got for you today, we're going to go through our division winners for each division. We're going to pick some win totals. We're going to pick some teams to make the playoffs, conference champions, our MVP, and then last but not least, Super Bowl champion. So starting off with the AFC East, this one, we're in agreement. It's kind of a gimme. The Bills are winning the division.
Yeah, absolutely. Best quarterback, best roster. There's really no competition.
Yeah, best coach, all of it.
So just go ahead and add the Bills to whatever parlay you want to. Get that little 270, 280 boost,
Yeah, it's not that's not even too juiced. I would think it's more than that.
Yeah. Honestly, it should be like minus 400.
Yeah.
Who's competing?
Yeah, after week 2, it'll be minus 400, so take it early. And next we got the AFC North. We're in agreement here as well. We both think the Ravens are going to win the division. Just like last year, they'll win the division. Lamar can't win in the playoffs when it matters, though. He can beat the Steelers. That's about it.
Yeah, this is the Ravens division to win almost every year, Cincinnati is going to be the biggest challenge, but I think even if that defense gets a lot better, Joe Burrow's got to regress from last year's.
He's got to, right? Because of how insanely good he was. Probably should have won MVP if his team was better level numbers.
Yeah, he can't do that 2 years in a row. So, I think it's going to be a wash on their defensive upgrades. And we're not even talking about the Browns. And do you really trust Aaron Rodgers?
No. The Steelers and Browns, they're completely out of it. I had the Bengals written here until I thought about it a little more. The Bengals, they'll make the playoffs, and they'll have a greater chance of making the Super Bowl than the Ravens once they make the playoffs. I fully believe in that because I hate to say it, Lamar's a great quarterback. He is a choke artist in the playoffs. Last year's performance against who'd they lose to? The Bills. He threw 3 picks. He had a fumble in the backfield. I just watched the AFC North Hard Rocks on some of my Hard Knocks on my plane rides to and from Mississippi. I got through the entire series, so I got to relive all of the end of last season. As a Bengals fan, it kind of hurt. 5 straight wins to end the season and miss the playoffs. We needed so many things to go our way. Then the last thing that needed to go our way, 38-0. Anyway, the Ravens will win the division, right? They know how to get it done in the regular season when there's no pressure. As soon as the pressure's on, they'll lose.
Can't argue with you there. They haven't got over that hump, but the division should be easy.
Yeah. Then moving on to the AFC South. Once again, we're in agreement here. This one's a gimme. Texans are the only team that's going to be able to challenge in that division. I don't see the Jaguars pulling it together. The Titans, Cam Ward's first year, maybe they're the ones that I can see coming in with a surprise. The Colts, come on, Danny Dimes. Are we serious here?
Are we serious here? No.
I'm sorry for you as a Colts fan. This is going to be a rough year, buddy.
Switching over to the 49ers with my dog.
Switching allegiances.
JK. But yeah, the AFC South, the Texans, it's theirs to lose. They got the best quarterback. That defense is going to be insane. I think they have the best coach as well in the division.
Yeah.
And they're still getting plus money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nico Collins gonna be healthy this year, hopefully, for my keeper league. But yeah, that's the Texans division to lose.
Yeah.
And then in the AFC West, this is where we disagree for the first time. And
Yeah, it's not a
newsflash,
showstopper.
neither of us have the Chiefs winning here. Who do you got, Rob?
I'm going to be taking the Raiders plus 1,100. This is going to be
I just threw up a little.
biggest turnaround of any team in the NFL this year. You add a coach that knows what he's doing, a okay quarterback. You get a top
Okay
asset
quarterback.
and running back, Ashton Genty, and then Chip Kelly comes along. It's easy.
Oh, I didn't know Chip Kelly was on that roster.
Offensive coordinator. Big things out of Vegas.
You know, plus 1,100, that might be worth a sprinkle. It might be worth a sprinkle. I got the Broncos winning this division. Honestly, this is a toss-up division for me. Anybody can win it. It's pretty wide open, and with the value the Raiders are getting, I think your bet might be better here. I think the Chiefs, they're good. They're going to falter a little bit. They haven't been making those roster additions like they have every single year that kind of changes how they do things. They got a criminal wide receiver. He's literally should be in jail for multiple years. I'm sure that weighs heavily on his soul. But I got the Broncos. Bo Nix looked good last year, man. That guy really surprised me. I thought he was going to be a complete dud. He looked good. Sean Payton, you can say what you want about him. That man won a Super Bowl. He's a good coach. Same as Pete Carroll. I think the Broncos plus 290. They'll get above the Chiefs this year. They got a good defense too. Patrick Surtain, best corner in the league.
Yeah, I like the Denver pick. I think that's the most obvious challenger to the Chiefs. But I do agree with you. The Chiefs are going to falter a little bit. The roster is just getting older and older.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be time to refresh the dynasty soon.
Yeah. Yep. Travis Kelce couldn't get his fairy tale wedding proposal after winning the Super Bowl last year. He's going for it again this year, but we'll see.
God.
On to the NFC. The NFC East, we're in agreement here. This one's a gimme for me. Eagles, minus 135. They're the only other minus other than the Ravens and Bills that we've seen on here. I mean, what, are the Cowboys going to challenge them? Are we for real here?
Yeah. Don't believe the Commanders hype. They did great last year, but that's probably going to be top level for them for a while.
Yep.
I think the Eagles have the best offense and defense in that division. There's no better defensive line, and maybe New York. New York challenges on the defensive line, but they surely don't have the offensive line. New York surely doesn't have the quarterback talent.
Yeah.
Minus 135. It's not enough. That they should be at Bills territory. With this line.
I agree with you there. It's the only reason they're not is because the Commanders are in that division, and like you said, they had a great season last year. Round of applause for the Commanders. Now here comes Jaden's sophomore slump.
Absolutely, Jaden's sophomore slump, and then their offensive coordinator, he slumps late every year. He didn't last year. You think he's going to do it 2 years in a row?
Yeah. Also, who's their running back? Is it Austin Eckler? After they just got rid of Brian Robinson today, Austin Eckler, when I saw him running last year, it looked like a 50-year-old man running out there.
Yeah. Quarterbacks in their mid-30s is not what you want to see for a running back.
And for the NFC North, I'm going with the Lions.
Division of football.
Yeah, I would argue the AFC North is harder. But this is a close second. NFC North, Lions, I think they're repeating. I think they're going to be very close to as good as they were last year. I don't think the Vikings will be able to match them like they did last year. They're going to run away with the division. And I think they will figure it out in the playoffs too.
Gotcha. I just can't see. I think the Lions are going to take a step back, losing their coaches, a couple offensive line issues that may arise. So I'm going to pick the Packers at plus 230. I don't honestly love the pick, but I think they're the ones that capitalize on the Lions taking a little bit of a step back, with the Vikings taking a step back as well, with JJ coming in instead of Sam, which is a crazy thing to say. Sam's going to be downgraded from. So the Packers are going to reap the benefit, I think, here.
Yeah, if it's not the Lions, I see the Packers winning this division. Or maybe, no, the Bears are not winning it. Never mind. Take that
The
back.
Bears are not winning with it. They're 3 years away.
Yeah. Then on to the NFC South. We differ here as well. I'm going with the Falcons. I'm buying into the hype. The Michael Penix. Apparently, Drake London finally has somebody that can throw him the ball. I guess this is news. Apparently, Kirk Cousins didn't know how to throw the football. But everywhere I'm seeing that Drake London is going to be the top receiver in the league. You should draft him on all your fantasy teams. I don't know if I believe it that much, but I think this team's going to take a big step from where they were last year and challenge the Bucs.
I'm going to be taking the Bucs to repeat as division winners at that plus 100 even money. I think this may be the best offense in football when it's all said and done.
Okay.
Yeah.
They got good running backs. I mean, Baker Mayfield has. That's crazy. Okay, can we talk about Baker Mayfield for a second? This man got signed by the Rams 2 days before he had to revive his career, and he led them on a 98-yard drive to score and win the game. And that is literally the revival of his career. He was a dead man forever backup until that game. Which is crazy.
Now he's that guy. And the Bucs added Emeka Egbuka from Ohio State. I think he's going to be one of the flash rookies of this year.
Agreed.
We still have Mike Evans. Chris Godwin's coming back from injury. I like the running back situation for Tampa Bay. The offensive line isn't that bad.
Yeah.
I don't see a hole for the Bucs on that offensive side, and I'm not loving the rest of the division's defenses so much to knock them for it.
Yeah, and the only issue I have with what you just said is I think Chris Godwin is damaged goods now. But
I mean,
which hurts me to say. Which hurts me to say. He's a Penn Stater, and he's a legendary Penn Stater too. But they picked up Jalen McMillan. I think he can fill his role. That's a solid offense right there.
NFC West. I'm gonna be taking the Cardinals. I'm gonna take them plus 380. I think they made major strides last year. The only hiccup is Kyler Murray. Can he finish the season strong? And I think this is the year that he's going to do it.
Yeah. I agree with you on everything except Kyler Murray. I think that guy has proven that he is not able to do it. Right? And I saw a couple preseason highlights from Kyler Murray where he just threw an interception straight at a defender in the preseason, dog. I can't put my money on Kyler Murray. I just can't. So I'm taking the 49ers. They're the favorites. If they're a healthy team, if Christian McCaffrey plays most of the games, if they have healthy receivers, they have a healthy O-line, that's the best offense in this division, I think. You could argue maybe the Rams. Seahawks, we don't even have to include them in this conversation. They're going to be last.
With the 49ers, I like the schedule. A fourth place schedule for a competent team like the 49ers is always a plus.
Yeah.
But I'm a little worried about the receivers. We don't know how Brandon Ayuk's going to come back from the ACL. You let Debo walk, and now you got to worry about Ricky Pearsall, who did get shot. I just want to that.
He got shot. The man got shot.
So, there's a lot of different injuries coming back for 49ers wide receiver group.
He got shot, and he said, "Man, it's okay," to the guy that shot him. I would be like, bro, you shot me. It's never okay. Anyway, that rounds out our division winners. We're going to move on to some win totals. I'll start off with mine. We do have some commons here, so I think we'll start with the commons. We both agree that the Cowboys are going under 7.5 wins at plus 125.
Plus 125?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. This is a 4-win team, dog. I think they're gonna lose to the Giants when they play them too. Like, people don't understand, if Micah Parsons isn't playing on that defense, how bad that defense is gonna be.
Yeah, I do think they eventually get the deal done with Micah Parsons, but that's still not enough to get them to 7.5 wins. I think they're the fourth best team in their division.
I would agree with that.
Giants being a little better.
I mean, Russell Wilson got the Steelers to 9 wins, dude. Like, we got to remember that. I think he can get the Giants there. And also, what I've seen of Jackson Dart in the preseason, dude looks not that bad. Right? If he comes in instead of, like, if Russell's not looking good, which I don't think is going to be the case, if he comes in, I don't think it's going to be much of an issue.
Somehow the people have convinced themselves that the Cowboys were bad last year just because Dak got hurt. They were bad way before Dak got hurt.
Yeah. Agreed. Another common we have here is we both think the Falcons will go over. You're taking 7.5 with some juice, minus 135. I'm going one step up. I'm going over 8.5. I think this is going to be the surprise team of the year. They're going to win their division around 10, 12 wins. And I think they'll make it to the playoffs comfortably as a top 3 seed.
Yeah, I think the Falcons are going to be really good this year. And the NFC South is going to be their first year where they're not, one of the laughingstocks in the NFL. I think there's going to be 2 teams in that division that teams are going to be really game planning for, in the Bucs and the Falcons.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, it's Carolina and who's the last team in that division? The Saints. Are we serious?
That's the worst
Saints.
team
That's the worst team in football. Yeah, straight up. Yeah. Moving on to our next pick, we both have another common one. Giants over 5.5 wins, which like kind of goes hand in hand with our Cowboys under pick. This team is underrated. Cowboys are overrated in this division, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can see the Giants being, I can see them being second to the Eagles in that division. I really like their defensive line. I really like the addition to Russell Wilson. 5.5 is too low, way too low, and you're getting plus money.
Yeah. The rest of our picks, we disagree. I'm currently looking up. What was the Cardinals' record last year?
Cardinals were like 9-8.
8-9, yeah.
9.
I have them under 8.5. I have under 8.5 wins this year, plus money. I know you picked them as your conference champion or your division champion. I think they're gonna end up right where they were last year or a little bit worse, and they're never gonna figure it out with Kyler. I'm sorry, but that combo is just not gonna work in Arizona if it hasn't worked up until now.
I mean, you do got the late slump of Kyler Murray to go for you. He looks really good September, October.
Yeah.
By the time Christmas rolls around, that boy's cooked.
Yeah, because in November the new Call of Duty will release. He'll be in front of his PC streaming to the masses, trying to get his post NFL career going. I don't see the Cardinals getting 9 wins.
I think you gotta get 9 wins to win division, so I wouldn't take that. But
yeah, you have to.
You have to.
Yeah. And then next, I'm taking the Bengals over 10.5 wins. Or 9.5, sorry. Minus 110. The Ravens will win the division. They might even sweep the Bengals. But I got the Bengals going 13-4 this year.
13-4.
13-4. You're telling me last year... Okay, hold on. Last year, they went 9-8. Okay? The win total is 9.5. They have to win one more game than last year. And if you watched the Bengals games last year and you saw how many close calls they had, for example, that pass interference ghost call against the Chiefs, they should have won that game. They had multiple last-second missed field goals against teams that would have ended it. That team went down the field and scored in overtime and won the game. They just have to win one of those games. Make one play differently than they did last year, and we got this win total. And last year was atrocious.
Okay, 17 games. You got 9.5. I got you losing to the Vikings,
Come on now.
Broncos, Lions, Bills. I do think the Ravens.
Hold on. Before you say the Bills, we own the Bills. We literally killed Damar Hamlin for a few minutes.
Okay.
We killed Damar for a few minutes, and then they had to forfeit the game and give the Bills a win. Remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
We killed Damar. We literally killed him on the field, and then he came back to life. We made him an American hero, bro.
I'm giving it an L. Payback coming.
He's getting his payback on T. It was T that knocked him out.
Okay, I think you make it because I got 6 losses. I think you lose to the Vikings, Broncos, Lions.
Split it with the Ravens.
Split with the Steelers, or lose both to the Ravens, lose to the Bills. Yeah.
I think they'll get 10.
I give you 10.
And the last one,
at that.
yeah. I think we'll beat one of those Lions, Broncos, Bills that you said. One of those we're gonna pull out.
Okay.
And then the rest are gimmies. Play the Browns twice every year. Can't remember that, or can't forget that. And the Steelers are running. Who are they running at quarterback? Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, I think we'll beat them twice. And last but not least, the worst team in football, Saints under 5.5. This is a 3-win team.
Can't argue against it.
Tyler Show.
Tyler Snow, he was in college for 6 years. I mean, that's a plus. If we saw Bo Nix last year, that is a plus.
Yeah, it is a plus. However, he's not Bo Nix. He didn't play at Oregon or anything like that.
Yeah,
right?
He did.
Right? This guy is not a Bo Nix in my eyes.
He was in mid-majors. He was out here.
Yeah. And I've been watching some preseason ball. This guy sucks, dude. This guy is terrible. He's not an NFL quarterback.
I haven't watched any preseason ball. This is all.
There must have been a lot of money under the table to draft Tyler Show instead of Shador Sanders for the Saints. I just don't get it, right? I've seen Shador playing in preseason. He looks good, man. Tyler Show,
Don't make somebody pay. It might be the first Browns quarterback to actually. We'll see.
Yeah.
Moving over to my win totals, I'm gonna be taking the Bills 11.5 over 11.5 minus 155. It's a lot of juice, but they get 12 wins in that easy division. I mean, it's a chance that they can go 5-1 in that division. And then they got the team to win the rest of the games.
All right, let's say they split with the Bucks. Or no, they're not playing the Bucks twice. Sorry, they're playing them in the preseason.
I can't even see a division team they split with.
They're not splitting I think they beat everybody in the division. I see maybe losing to the Ravens because the Ravens are good in the regular season.
Yeah, Ravens is a loss.
They play the Chiefs. They play at the Falcons. Those could be a loss. They play at the Texans. Yeah, I can see them beating the Chiefs in the regular season too. They're losing to the Bengals. I'm counting that as a loss. They'll lose to the Eagles. Yeah, I mean, I only counted 5 losses there, so that's 12. And that's counting the Bengals as a definite loss, which they will lose.
We'll see.
They will lose. We own them.
Now we're going to take the Rams under 9.5 at plus 120. I mean, we keep hearing these reports. Matthew Stafford's back. Matthew Stafford's back. I don't believe in the 35-year-old quarterbacks that tell me they have a bad back.
Yeah, I agree with that. I 100% agree with this.
So I'm gonna take them to win under 9.5 games. I think that division could, cause some trouble for them. My plus money, I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, I can definitely see this happening. I just want to make you aware that the Bengals have lost to the Bills 2 times in the last 15 years.
Oh,
just want to let you know.
thanks
2 times
for the heads up there.
and their most recent was 2019. That's just another heads up. Most recent loss.
Okay.
And that was before Joe Burrow. Just making you well aware. We own that team.
So you don't. Moving on to the Raiders. I know I said they were going to win the division. That may be a little far-fetched, but I still like that value. But this is a lock.
Oh, yeah.
Raiders over 6.5 at -145. You don't add those additions. Again, you upgraded from who was their quarterback? Gardner Minshew?
Yeah.
And
they did not have a real quarterback for the last 2 years.
So you get Geno Smith, very confident.
Yeah.
Your coach was a rah-rah guy. You're going to get Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
I think that's a real good upgrade.
Yeah.
Best running back in football last year? Yeah, let's check that off too.
Yep.
You got to win 7 games.
Yeah. I had this on my list and I noticed we had 4 of the same. And I was like, but I'm going to tail you on this one for sure. It's -145. There's some juice on it. I'll probably parlay that one with my -165 Saints under. Yeah, the Raiders are going to take a massive step up from this year. And I personally don't think there are any bad teams in the AFC West anymore.
Yeah. I don't think that's a hot take.
Yeah. They're going to be one of the powerhouse divisions like the AFC North, NFC North.
And that wraps up our win totals. I'm going to move on to picks we got to make it to the playoffs. You want to start us off, Berk?
Yep. We got some commons here, or one common. Falcons. We're both taking the Falcons to make the playoffs. It's plus money. Team that's taken a bunch of steps forward. I think they'll get in either as the conference champion or the wild card, worst case.
Yeah, I really like the Falcons. Michael Penix and Drake London, as everyone know, but that defense has been slowly getting better.
Mm-hmm. They took Jesse Bates off us. I'll never forget that. I can't believe we let that man walk. Things have been downhill. Well, okay, yeah, I can believe we let him walk, but any reasonable franchise owner would not think to let that man walk. He's top 3 safety in the NFL, and he's not number 3.
They let him walk on a rookie deal.
That's
crazy.
Oh man, that hurts me. But moving on, rest of my picks. I'm taking it's kind of a long shot here. I looked at the list. I looked at the highest plus odds, and I was like, which one of these teams might be able to make it? It's the Titans. We've seen rookie quarterbacks, Jaden Daniels. We've seen C.J. Stroud come in and completely turn a franchise around. Right? The Texans were complete dog shit. I almost called them the Redskins. The Commanders were complete dog shit. Titans, they have been complete dog shit. Now they're adding a star quarterback. I think he might be able to right that ship enough to get in as a wild card at plus 390. I'll take that.
I can't see it. I think Jacksonville will be better than the Titans, and you're not getting 3 teams in. And I'm not saying Jacksonville's getting into the playoffs either.
Yeah. It's a long shot. I just thought I'd throw in a big plus money team there.
Yeah, it's good. It's good odds, plus 390. Honestly, I thought they'd be a little higher.
And then lastly, the only teams that were like worst odds than that were like like Saints, those type of teams, you know. So I just couldn't go with anything like that. The Panthers, Bryce Young is not getting that team anywhere. Sorry, Bryce Young, but lastly, I'm taking a parlay. Two teams that are favored to make the playoffs: Bengals and Lions. I think the Lions will repeat. They'll get back into the playoffs. The Bengals, they'll right the ship. They only missed the playoffs by the final game of the season, right? They needed the Chiefs to beat the Broncos. The Chiefs didn't want to see the Bengals in the playoffs. That's why they lost that game intentionally.
Oh yeah.
No, you don't lose 38-0 unless it's on purpose. And then you make it to the Super Bowl after that? Come on.
Yeah, I mean,
They lost
backups.
that game on purpose. Yeah, they told their backups, you better not win this game.
Maybe so. I mean, maybe if you beat the Patriots week 1.
Yeah, that's you got a good point there. You got a pretty damn good point there.
Oh man. For my picks, again, Raiders plus 320. I think that's easy. They're going to make the playoffs. And then I've got the Giants at plus 710.
Yeah, that's crazy.
This is a little crazy. I'm just hoping that the defensive line really carries some weight.
The offensive line won't.
Enough havoc. Yeah, the offensive line is not going to hold up.
Yeah. And they don't have a running back on that team, man. What, you think Tyrone Tracy's?
Oh, Tyrone Tracy. Don't
Come on, man. Tyrone. Oh, man. The guy's not getting it done. He ain't no Saquon.
And lastly, I have the Dolphins at plus 210. I think
Come
they
on
sneak in
now.
on the wild card. Yeah,
Come on now.
We're back in the playoffs.
Come on now. Yeah, have you seen Tua under pressure, man? I watched a couple of his games where he's had to lead a game-winning drive and he overthrows his receivers like 10, 20 yards.
Tua in the playoffs.
Yep, I, for the record, completely disagree with those last two picks. You got one more up there at the top.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, yeah. I'm going to take the Vikings at plus 104. I think it's a really good hedge. Even if you don't trust JJ, plus 104, they're going to be in the hunt for that last wild card spot. NFC North could get 3 teams in again.
Yeah. This one I could see happening. This team got, 11 or 12 wins last year, maybe 13. They fell apart in the playoffs towards the end of the season, but they got a coach. They got, obviously, the trenches, the offensive, defensive line. They got a good secondary, decent running back. Yeah, I could easily see this team making it. Best receiver in the league, arguably.
Arguably.
They're both from LSU, but...
That's crazy. That's still crazy to this day.
Yeah, Joe Burrow, JJ, and Jamar were on the same team in college. That is one of the craziest things of all time.
Now we go on to our conference champions. Basically, who's going to be in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a familiar face that we haven't talked about him all day.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to take the Chiefs at plus 410.
Come on, 4 in a row?
They may take a step back in the regular season.
They will.
But once that playoff starts, Patty Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Andy Reid, there's no better trio in the NFL.
Yeah.
You got to take them.
It's hard to argue with this one. It really is. But they're getting old, man. These guys are getting old. Patty Mahomes, he's good. He'll be the best of himself. And okay, I want to go back to what you said way at the beginning of this show, that Joe Burrow will regress. Did Tom Brady ever regress? Has Patty Mahomes regressed?
Has Tom Brady ever showed up ready for seasons like Joe Burrow? I
Has
don't think
has Josh Allen regressed? Has even Josh Allen regressed, and he's never made a Super Bowl? The better quarterbacks do not regress. I don't think he will, unless they get old like Aaron Rodgers. I don't see the better quarterbacks regressing. Patty Mahomes, he's still going to be good. So I can't argue with this one. I could easily see the Chiefs making it back.
I can see it. Joe Burrow, you would think at some point he would get back. He would get back to that Super Bowl.
He has to. He has to. Come on, think about the caliber of quarterback he is. He made it his sophomore year when he was supposed to have his slump. He made it.
But unfortunately,
with a terrible team, he made it.
Unfortunately, he plays for the Bengals. I think he needed to grab that while he was there.
Unfortunately, the Bengals have made it to the Super Bowl. And before he got there, they didn't have a playoff win for 25 years. Like, you have no idea as a Bengals fan how much of a godsend this man is. Like, he's
going to keep you very competitive.
Yeah.
Not Super Bowl.
Well, I have the Bengals conference champs at plus 1100. So I have him. And my reasoning for it is they've been here before. They know what it takes. They got the same kicker. They got the same offense. They just have to shore up that defense enough. This team scored 30-plus points in how many games last year? More than anybody else. The defense just has to do enough.
But when you in that game with the Chiefs, the Bills, are they going to let you score 30?
Yeah. We put 30 up on the Chiefs in the regular season last year. We lost because of that phantom DPI call.
Yeah, he did.
We'll do it again. That's how we.
You never can count out Joe Burrow. So
you can't.
Plus 1100 is
good odds.
Good. I just don't think they can. I just don't think it'll happen. There's too many good rosters.
They were like the 7th or 8th favorite too to be conference champions. I mean, they got the Bills, they got the Ravens, they got the Chiefs, they got a bunch of teams above the Bengals. But
because we question if the Bengals are going to make the playoffs. You got them already in the conference.
The defense, man. Everybody thinks the defense is going, like, I've seen it over and over again. Stephen A's on ESPN talking about the defense is atrocious. Like, bro, you haven't seen it since last year. You don't know what defense.
It's not going to be that bad. It's not going to be as bad as it was last year.
It can't be.
Impossible.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
It can't be.
Grown professionals.
They completely revamped the defensive coaching. They fired 5 coordinators last year. 5. Like, this team is making strides to better themselves, and the defense will be better. Offense, I mean, they didn't lose much. Chase Brown's healthy now, right? So I think the offense is going to be as good, maybe better. Like, if you're not guarding Jamar, or if you're doubling Jamar, you got T. Higgins on the other side of the field. That's the best duo in football.
Who you got in the NFC?
I got the Lions. This is your pick last year. I think they're going to figure it out this year.
I mean, they should. There's another. I think you have the 2 teams that are just like, you got there. You should have got it when you were there. I don't think you're getting back.
I can see that argument with the Bengals, right? That year that we made it to the Super Bowl, that was kind of a Cinderella year. The Lions, though, they underachieved last year. They should have made that conference championship last year. So I think this year they're pissed off about last year. They're gonna get Amon-Ra. He looks like a fucking machine.
You know, you sound very familiar. Me a year ago, thinking that they should come back pissed off from losing the NFC Championship game to the 49ers. It don't always pan out that way.
You're right. Yeah.
Oh, for my team, I'm going to take the Bucks at plus 1,200. This is a little bit of a long shot. This is a little long shot. I think that they're going to be the best offense in football, so I give them a chance to get to that game at plus 1,200. They're my number 2 seed in the NFC. I think when it's going to be done,
I
so
mean,
plus 1,200.
I don't have a problem with that, right? Let's look at who I picked, for example, for the NFC champs. Eagles, Lions, Falcons, 49ers. Say the Bucks get in, and I do think they get in. I could see him beating any of those teams on a good day.
Yeah,
So that's good value.
they're feisty.
Yep.
And now for our MVP picks, I can start us off. Despite my conference pick, I'm going to be taking Jalen Hurts at plus 2,000. This man has been talked about sideways since the Super Bowl has ended.
He should have won a. I almost said he should have won last year, but no. Lamar should have.
Maybe not last year. 2 years ago. 2 years ago,
Yeah.
I think he had a strong case. I think this year he comes in locked in. And I think because a lot of teams are going to be looking for Saquon this year and loading that box, I think Jalen Hurts is going to have to step up, deliver the ball to a very talented wide receiver core of A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
And that's going to boost his numbers. So plus, Tush Push going to give him a couple touchdowns. He'll be in the MVP conversation. Plus 2,000 is criminal.
He definitely will be in the conversation, and that is really, really good odds for him. Who else could win it? I mean, Patty Mahomes definitely going to be in the running. Lamar is going to be high up on that list since he got robbed last year. Let's be real. He got robbed last year. Josh Allen should not have won it. But my pick was the true MVP of last year. And if MVP wasn't a team accolade, if your team didn't have to be good, Joe Burrow was the MVP last year. If you look at the numbers, he was the best quarterback. MVP is a quarterback award pretty much at this point. Nobody even put him in that conversation. Give him a good team. Give him a slightly better defense that can add a couple wins to that. He will be in that conversation for sure. And once people look at those numbers, it'll be undeniable because the Bengals are a pass-first offense.
Yeah, I like that. I like Joe Burrow. I think Lamar is the pick. I think if you want to...
That's the square pick.
Who's
yeah.
going to win is Lamar. Because he just done it so many times. You can't go against the proof.
And he runs and throws is the thing.
Yeah, he's too dynamic. So it's an easy MVP pick. And I probably will sprinkle in Lamar to hedge my Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
But other than him, I think Joe Burrow does have the best path to being MVP.
Yeah.
Because if the Bengals make the playoffs and he's 80% of what he was last year, that's MVP. There's no question.
Yeah. And Josh Allen's not winning it again. They're not going to give him it 2 years in a row after he shouldn't have gotten it last year.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. Patty Mahomes has won the award too many times. I don't think they're going to give it to him.
Patrick just doesn't play like we all know Patrick is the best, but he doesn't really play like an MVP for the Chiefs. Like it's very dink and dunk, do whatever.
Yeah.
He's not putting up numbers to get
Exactly.
MVP.
Yep. He doesn't have to. They have a good defense.
Exactly.
And last but not least, our Super Bowl picks. Who do you got, Rob? Oh, this is disgusting.
I'm going to be taking the Chiefs plus 800. I think this is the highest odds the Chiefs ever had.
Yeah, probably. But this is also probably the worst team that the Chiefs have had going into the season.
That's where I disagree. I think they didn't make too many additions to this offseason, but I think the additions are going to be the additions they didn't get last year. You got Marquise Brown, who's going to be healthy, playing a full year. You're going to get Rashee Rice back. They're getting a lot of additions that, didn't necessarily come through the door this year.
It's a felon. Yeah, that...
Play over in the NFL.
He should... Okay, you get way more time away from the game for beating your wife than... Which also is not a good thing at all. But for doing that, then almost killing a family like being reckless, which both are terrible. But I think we should have punished him way more than we did for what he did.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I don't think he's going to be a difference maker.
Questionable.
Yeah.
4 weeks out, and I think he'll get back in the group.
I mean, I can't argue it. The Chiefs have been in this game 3 years in a row, right? They won it 2 years, so.
I mean, if my game is the Chiefs versus the Bucks, I take the Chiefs every time.
I will too, for sure. No, if it's Patty Mahomes in that game, I'm taking him every time. I don't care who it's against. Like, I took him last year too, I'm pretty sure, and I don't have a problem with that because I was wrong 1 time out of 3. It's like betting against Tom Brady. You can't really do it.
Exactly.
And for my pick, here we go. I got Penn State and the Bengals winning. I got Penn State but I think this is the only year in all of history where I can say this and not be too crazy. Like, I'm still crazy for it, but I'm not too crazy.
I think you're too crazy.
The Bengals is crazier than Penn State, all right? Penn State has a bigger chance, but plus 2,200 with Joe Burrow at the helm, the best offense in the league. All I have to hope for is that defense is a little bit better. Because that was the difference between 4 or 5 wins for us.
Yeah, I think you'll easily get in the playoffs. You know, the defense will get a bump. But I don't think that defense has made enough strides to play playoff offenses.
It's just, you don't want to see Joey B with, like, as long as he's got a minute to tie it up or get back ahead, you better hope he doesn't have that minute.
We'll see.
As bad as the defense is, they just have to be good enough. Be a 500 defense, and this is almost a Super Bowl team.
You think that Joe Burrow could take a 500 defense and win a Super Bowl? I don't think so. I don't think so.
He had a bottom 5 defense last year, and he almost made the playoffs. If he can move up 10 spots, it's not that big. They focused on defense this year. I think they shored up the line. I think the linebacker play was probably our biggest issue, and that got solved. The secondary is my only question mark.
Well, we'll see. Plus 2,200.
That's good odds.
Bengals, good odds.
And last but not least, our super goats for the year. I cashed last year, hoping to run it back this year. I'm going with Brock Bowers over receiving yards. If he gets 1,000, I'm good. 999 is what the number's at. I think he'll get it. He's honestly the premier wide receiver on that team. They're going to go to him before their wide receivers. Then I have Abdul Carter over sacks, rookie season. I think he's going to make a big splash, kind of like Micah did. I mean, these Penn State defensive linemen are freaks. Trust me.
Linebacker, you.
Yep. And then Caleb Williams over interceptions. I've seen this guy get super frustrated trying to throw at a net. Once he tries throwing at real human beings, he's going to struggle. I hope they pick him off. And Genty over rush TDs. 7.5 is the number. He's going to be the premier back for this team. I see him getting at least 10. And
yeah, I like those picks.
Yeah. Last but not least, CD over 98.5 receptions. I had Jamar in this spot last year. I think CD, whoever the quarterback is, they'll get him the ball. He's a really good receiver, top 3.
Yeah, I love that pick. CD is quarterback proof, so he'll get those 100 balls. That Caleb is an easy one, so I feel like you got 2 that are pretty much locked in at day 1.
Who you got?
And for my 5, We got touchdowns coming from the same teams. Hopefully, we don't cannibalize each other.
Yeah.
I'm taking Brock Bowers over 5 reception touchdowns. This man's a touchdown machine, and he's their best receiver weapon, so I can see him in the end zone a lot for the
Yeah.
Raiders.
The Raiders got to score 13 touchdowns this year, right? They play 17 games.
I don't know. Then I'm going to take the under on Anthony Richardson to start 4.5 games.
This is the funniest pick.
This is the funniest prop. We're done with Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
That era is over. It was a project we should have never started. Even if he does get into the game because Daniel Jones is stinking it up, he's been injured in every game he started.
Yeah.
So, playing a game puts you out 2 weeks. He's never going to get the 5.
I also I remember seeing something on Twitter the other day, probably a few weeks back. It was showing just how Anthony Richards compared among the 55 quarterbacks who started in X games since he's been in the league. They showed 4 metrics. I don't remember what the metrics were. It was like whatever, quarterback rating,
Them all,
whatever. Yeah, he was 55 out of 55 in 3 out of the 4 and 53 in the other one. He is that bad. Worse than Daniel Jones, worse than all those other, like the Jameis Winstons of the league, who we think is fun and funny to watch. He's worse than them. And he also quit. So.
Yeah. I digress as a Colts fan. But I also am going to take Cam Ward. I'm going to be taking over 10.5 pass interceptions. Rookie year, it's going to be a lot of mistakes. He's not playing for a particularly good team. I think he easily gets 11 interceptions. He's probably in the 15 to 17 range for the season.
Yeah, and he's throwing to Calvin Ridley, Van Jefferson, and Tyler Lockett. I mean, we know those names. They're not exactly the most sure hands in the league, right? Some balls are going to bounce off those hands into defender hands.
Yeah. Then I'm going to take Bucky Irving over 999, get 1,000 yards,
Love this pick.
I think he's going to be a feature back for the Bucks. And there's going to be less of a committee with Rashad White this year. So he'll get to that number. And he got it last year at 1,100.
Yeah, he got it last year when it was a committee. I mean, this guy's kind of a freak. He's definitely the better back out of the two.
And then my last one, some will say this running back's in the committee. I don't think so. I'm going to take Trayvon Henderson over 700.5 rushing yards. I think by week 3 or 4, they're going to be like, why are we handing the ball to Stevenson? We need to get this guy every carry. And he's going to soar past this number.
I can see that. I can totally see that. I have a hard time trusting any back except Genty right now, just because it is a committee to start the season. But I could easily see him taking over that starting spot. That dude was a freak in college football.
And that wraps up our NFL Future Show. We got 2 weeks till NFL football. We'll see you guys next time.
Cannot wait.